Hello and welcome back to part 2 of this assignment. Here is where we're going to move to Adobe Illustrator. We're going to place the reference image that you created, and we'll explore working with the pencil tool and take a look at line quality and how it can affect the style of an illustration. So the first thing I want to show you, just remind you, I never go with default workspaces because I like to keep things very visually simple. So from Window, I have only opened up, not a default workspace, I've only opened up from Window the layers, properties, and swatches. Those are the only things that are open. So let's take a look at what's layers. And you can move these around. I don't know whether, because I'm left-handed, I have a preference to where I like these, but at any rate, you can move these around. So this file has two layers. It has this layer here, which is the reference image, which is what you're going to do first. And then the second layer above it, you will be exploring and creating an illustration based on the reference image. So let's first start out in this layer. And now we're going to go over here and we're going to place on this layer the reference image that you built. So you can up to File and go to Place. And I know where I put mine. Always remember where you put your images. And it was on my desktop in a folder. Here it is. And then here's what you want to do. If you click and hold your mouse, you can pull down and actually determine the size that is going to plop into your document. And that's a very useful thing. So there's my gentleman rabbit. And then remember that unlike Photoshop, you have to hold down the Shift key if you're going to scale. If you don't, it's going to let you do all kinds of weird things. And you spend some time creating this reference image, and so we don't want to tinker with the we don't want to squeeze it or do anything. We want to keep it the way it is. So now that my reference image is in there, this is important. You want to go over here to Layers, click on this. That little lock icon is telling you exactly it's locked, so you can't wake that up. But before you do that, I would suggest that you, while you're in this layer, wake that placed image up. And let's go down to Properties and let's reduce the opacity a little bit because we want to be able to kind of see our line work. So 75%, so that's probably going to work. And now I'm going to lock it. Now I'm going to get in this layer. And this pencil tool you will not see right away. It is at the bottom of the stack in the basic tools. It sits, it's clustered. There are multiple tools underneath. And you can tell that that's available in any of these tools by this little teeny black little arrow in the lower right. So I'm going to hold down my mouse and I'm going to click over to the pencil tool, or check this out. You can hit N as in nice on the keyboard and it gets right there. So here's what you want to do. You want to click on this and it will by default, it will be giving you some what's called in the old days jitter control. So in other words, it's wanting to kind of smooth out things. If you move this way over here, and you could certainly experiment with it, that would be like really, super, it would kind of want to continually correct things so that they look very, in fact, why don't I just do that real quickly? Okay, here's the pencil tool. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and set this tool the way we want it. We want this pencil tool to have no fill. We want it to have a black stroke, and we want a 3-point black stroke, okay? Now I'm going to show you, I had this set for really smoothing. Let's see what happens. Like if I just try and like kind of very casually. And definitely the idea is here is you see that's a little too bubbly. I want to have a little more control over that shape. So I'm going to delete that. And I'll double click on this tool. I prefer kind of the midpoint because I do like a little bit of a help. And as I'm doing this demo, I am using my mouse to do this with my right hand. So here we go. Now I'm just going to move around here. And I don't need to absolutely trace things. This is suggestive, okay? We're just kind of going, we want to establish a likeness to a rabbit, but we also want to have some style to it. So I'm going to do this, maybe go here, and up here. So I'm going to switch to another document to spare you having to watch me do this. And so now I'm continuing on. Pretend it's like those cooking shows where suddenly they take the cake out of the oven. So now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to wake this up. Let's see. Oh, sorry, this is the one. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to now click this eyeball off on the reference image. So now that you can see, I have a character that it looks believable. This looks like a believable character. So here's what I want you to explore is right now, that artwork, I'm going to unlock this because if I click on this, sorry, I've got a message coming, I'm going to quit this. Okay, quit this over here. I don't want to be disturbed while I'm using my video. Boom. Okay. So here, if we click on this, we can see that, let's actually, so we click on this, just wake up one of those line qualities, and we click on this word stroke. We're clicking on it because now it's telling us it's 3 points. It's defaulting to the cap, which is the end of any line. You can change that to round. This just changes what the end of a line looks like. It'll be round-ended, projecting cap or flat cap. Corners, we can, it's by default wanting to make a 90-degree corner. We can soften that here. But here's where I want you to take note. This is now set to have a uniform width. The profile of this stroke is set to be 3 points, uniform, okay? So what does that do if you mess with it, and how would you change that? So let's just hide this for a second, and now I'm going to wake up this. Now this was the exact same drawing, the same pencil work, but I did something to this to add this character, which I think is really awesome. So how did I do that? I'm going to hide that and wake this up again. And so here's what you want to do. I'm going to hold down the mouse and sweep over with the mouse held so I wake up everything in this layer here. And now I'm going to, actually, this is not a stroke. So here's what you want to do. Select one part of the drawing, and then we want to make sure we're only selecting the 3-point stroke areas of this, and these eyeballs are a solid fill. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to tell Illustrator, please select the same stroke weight. And then all of a sudden it goes around and it wakes up all the other areas in this illustration that have a 3-point stroke. And now here's where the fun begins. I click on the word stroke and I go down here, and instead of a uniform, I'm going to explore different options. So if I do this, and then I chunk this up, because since this is telling Illustrator that I want it to go from thin to fat, I want to have a little, at the fattest point, it will be 6 points. Now, you can continue to go down and change the type of stroke profile, but it is a really great way to take a look at how a line quality is such a defining element in an illustration. So if I were to take this one here, and I'll move it over here so they can sit side by side, and then I'm going to wake up this other one. Oh, let's see, okay, what did I do here? Okay, I'm going to unlock that. I'm going to select same, should let me style, stroke weight. Okay, and now I'm going to go back to the uniform and actually take it down to the original 3. Okay, so now take a look. This is the same pencil work, but I changed it through that setting, that path that I just showed you, where you select the common. So I'll do this one more time. You select one area, it's a 3-point stroke, and you go up here and you ask Illustrator, can you please select all the same stroke weight? And then it gets everything for me. I don't have to go through and collect it. It does that for me. And then I click on the word stroke and I change this. And then it also is going to be good if you change the thickness. I'm going to do Command or Control Z, back to my normal weight. So here is part 2. You're going to use your reference image, you're going to place it, and I'll go back to the other one. You're going to place your image here. Make sure that when the image is awake, what I did here, remember, is I lower the opacity because it's going to be harder to use as a reference image if it's full strength. You might lose some visibility here of your line work that you're building out. Lock that and then dive into here with the pencil, and again, click on that. I have used the midpoint fidelity. If you throw it all the way to the left, you could get very creaky and bendy and rough, which could be cool too, because in this moment, you're learning tools, but you're also working to develop your particular style as well. So this is part 2, and when you're done with that, we will proceed to a part 3.